Welcome back, everyone. My name is Melanie Riddell, and this is day 5 of our 5-day yoga challenge. We'll go for about an hour and 15 minutes today. It's a really nice, sunny, cold, but sunny day here in Vermont, so I have the windows open. Hopefully, that doesn't create too much of a glare. And we'll start by finding a comfortable seat, whatever that looks like for you. And sometimes when the knees are way up high, it's an indication that the hips are tight. And we create space by taking a block and placing it underneath the bum, or maybe even just a folded blanket to give the hips a little extra space. And if sitting cross-legged like this doesn't work for you, you can always come into Virasana, where you come onto your shins, knees touch, and you place 1 or 2 blocks underneath your bum. You hug the block with the insides of the feet, tops of the feet rest next to the hips, so you're not sitting on your feet. And then feel the elongation of your spine. That's called traction. When 2 points move in opposite directions, we traction the spine. So see if you can feel for that as the sits bones root down. You take a big inhale, you feel the spine brighten up and elongate. And as you exhale, the outer body softens down around that bright spine. So see if you can feel for that as we take a few grounding breaths here to settle in. And since today is day 5 of our challenge, what's coming to mind are the 5 koshas, or the 5 layers of our being, the seemingly separate parts of self. And the outermost layer, the Annamaya kosha, is the physical body, this chewy meat suit that we walk around in. Some call it the loner for this lifetime. And when we return to the other side of the veil, this loner, this physical body, returns back to Mother Earth. And then 1 layer in from that is the pranamaya kosha, the energy body. And that is the electricity behind the physical body. It's what moves us. It's attributed to the breath body. So that prana, that life force energy, comes into the body through the breath. And there are many nadis and energy channels in the body. Chakras are energy. And that's an entire layer of our human system. And then 1 more layer in is the mental body. It's all thoughts. And our mind, or our mental body, is not a department in our brain. It's an entire layer of our being. Every cell in our body has memory. That's why when we cut ourselves, we grow back new skin that resembles that area of our body. We don't grow new ears on our hands when we cut ourselves, or a new nose on our cheek when we cut our cheek. Every cell in our body has memory. And those are the 3 layers that we can manage. We can manage that with asana, postures, pranayama, breath liberation or control, and meditation to still and quiet the mind. And then the other 2 layers exist without our intervention. But the more we can align or unite these outer 3 layers, the 4th layer, the Vijnayamaya kosha, can shine through. It's that inner wisdom. And then 1 more layer in is the bliss body. It's that unconditional love that is the sugar coating around the soul. So that may have been a lot of information for you to take in on this 5th day of our practice together. But just see for these next few rounds of breath if you can sense the seemingly separate parts of yourself. And then take a moment to set a personal intention for your practice today. And as we move through our asana today, notice how this practice strengthens the Annamaya kosha, the meat suit, how it allows the Pranamaya kosha to move more freely through us, and how it settles the Manomaya kosha, the mental body. And hopefully by the end of our practice, when we lie down in Shavasana, we feel whole, we feel united, and we feel that coming together, that oneness with all that is. And when it feels right for you, go ahead and blink your eyes open. And we'll make our way into child's pose. Now, since we're going for an hour and 15 minutes today, if you have a playlist that you would like to play along as you practice, you can go ahead and activate that right now and turn that on, or hit pause until you can collect that playlist and get it ready. And then when it feels right, come into child's pose. Knees wide, toes touch, and sit back on your heels. And start to reach your fingertips forward. You can rest a block underneath your forehead. If the hips are really tight, you can place a blanket between your heels and your hips just to give you an extra lift. If you have a bolster or something as part of your practice, you can rest it underneath your torso. And right here, we'll start to activate Ujjayi breath. Breathe in and out through your nose and allow breath to draw across your toned throat top. And listen for that whisper sound of the ocean, almost like you're imitating Darth Vader or you're fogging up a mirror both inside and outside. Just take a few moments here to see if you can refine that. Sometimes placing the tip of the tongue right behind your two front teeth up on the palate of your mouth. And imagine you're holding a piece of chocolate in your mouth and it's melting and you want to cradle it with your tongue. Creating that dome shape with the tongue helps the breath move in through the nose, through the back of the throat to facilitate that quiet whisper. And then the next time you inhale through your nose and fill up the back body where your shoulder blades live. Maybe even imagine you have a helium balloon underneath each armpit as the back body lifts up. And on the exhalation, sigh out the mouth and melt the heart down towards the earth. And then do that one more time on your own. And then the next time you inhale, breathe yourself up to tabletop. Take a moment here and spread your fingers wide. Wrists underneath shoulders, knees under hips for a few rounds of cat-cow. Inhale, slide the heart forward, lift the hips. Linger at the top of inhale. Rather than looking up at the ceiling, look at the wall in front of you and try to lengthen the back of your neck. Exhale, tuck the tailbone round the spine. Look back towards your belly button. Here comes that helium balloon underneath your belly button. It lifts you up. And then a few more like that. Inhale, shoulder blades reach for each other and back towards the tailbone as the heart lifts. Exhale, cat pose. And a few more like that on your own. We want to slowly warm up the spine. Sometimes in yoga class, we jump right on in. And it's wise to take a few moments to warm up the spine and get the energy moving, the pranamaya kosha going before we start to jump into more dynamic movements. So there is a rhyme and reason to the sequencing. And then whenever it feels right for you, bring yourself back to stillness. Walk your hands forward a few inches, tuck your toes, lift your hips, and find downward facing dog and breathe. You can take a few moments here and pedal out the legs. See if you can grip the mat gently with your finger pads. So you don't want to claw the mat, but you want to isometrically or energetically, I should say, grip the mat with your fingertips. Try to get the weight out of the heels of the hands. And then gently dial the finger pads towards your pinky finger. So the right hand dials towards the right pinky without moving. Just create that isometric movement. And the same thing with the left hand. And then bring your pedaling to stillness. Hug your forearms in towards each other. Create a nice, strong, stable grounding here. Start to reach the hips up and back. Pull the low belly into the front of the spine as you reach the hips back. Feel the traction of the spine. Tops of the ears reach down towards your thumbs. Stay for one more big inhale. And on the exhalation, find plank pose. Strong arms hug in. Tops of the thigh bones lift up a little higher so the hips don't droop down and all your energy dumps down towards the earth. Back of the skull reaches forward. Sits bones reach back, heels press into an imaginary wall. Hug yourself into the midline, left, right, front, back, low belly tones. Stay for the inhale, and on the exhalation, hug the elbows in as you slowly, slowly, slowly lower down. Maybe hover in chaturanga and then come on to the belly. Toes point back, arms reach forward, thumbs point skyward for some Shalavasana pulses. Inhale, right arm, left leg lift. Upper inner left thigh reaches up a little bit higher. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, left arm, right leg lift. Upper right inner thigh reaches up a little bit higher. Exhale, lower down. And a few more like that. Opposite arm, opposite leg lift on the inhalation and lower on the exhalation. Keep the breath slow and steady. See if you can keep Ujjayi breath alive. It's so good for our nervous system. So many benefits to conscious breath rather than just haphazardly letting the breath take over. We reel it in under our loving command during asana practice. So we can start to weave those seemingly separate layers into the beautiful fabric of our life. Now, the next time arm and leg come down, bring your hands in Cobra Prep, Bhujangasana Prep. See if you can get your knees to touch, just a little bit here, big toes to touch. If that's not available, that's okay. Hug the elbows in towards the side body, roll the shoulders onto the back of the heart. Nice strong legs, nice toned belly, tailbone anchors towards the heels. Inhale, cobra, breathe yourself up. Keep nice strong legs, all of that on a quiet hum. Exhale, face down, and a few more like that. Inhale, cobra. Gently press the back of your head into that imaginary headrest rather than dumping the head up towards the sky. Exhale, face down. And then a few more like that. Feel the whole posterior chain join the party here. Tailbone anchors towards the heels to protect the low back. And then the next time you breathe yourself up to Bhujangasana, pause, tuck your toes, lift your hips, and find downward facing dog, and breathe. Keep reaching the hips up and back. Keep reaching the tops of your ears towards your thumbs. Keep the low belly toned. Keep the legs strong. A lot of times here we let the legs go soupy. Downward facing dog is not a resting pose. Look down at your heels. If you can see your heels, pivot your feet until the heels disappear behind your ankles. And then when you're ready, inhale the right leg up. Keep it lifted. Dial your right toes down towards the earth as you reach your right heel into an imaginary wall behind you. How's it going in the left leg? Left leg is strong. Top of left thigh bone is also reaching back. Stay for the inhale. And on the exhale, step it through. Right foot forward. Gather blocks on either side of your right foot and pause. Find your breath here. Find Ujjayi if it's faded. Start from the ground up. Press your feet down. Hug your feet in towards the midline, like you're going to create a wrinkle in your mat. Pull the energy into Mula Bandha, into the pelvic floor. Create Uddiyana Bandha, belly button draws in and scoops up into the diaphragm. Perhaps you feel all of that energy, that prana, rising up, and you feel strong enough to take your hands off the blocks and bring your arms out to the side. Keep hugging into the midline. If you want to play with the principles, the alignment principles, the left thigh rolls down, rolls in, internal spiral, inner spiral, and the right knee is over the right ankle, and the right thigh is externally rotating, outer spiral of the upper right thigh. Stay for one more big inhale, and on the exhalation, bring your hands back to the blocks and rock back for a thigh stretch or pyramid pose. Left heel plants, right toes lift. Both hips are reaching back behind you. So you're not dumping to the left or to the right. Both hips are actively reaching back, but the feet are gorilla glued down. Start to reach your heart towards your right big toe. And then you can turn this into a pulsation. Inhale, back off. Exhale, bow over your strong right leg. Inhale, back off, or you can hold static. Exhale, bow. And then a few more rounds on your own. See if you can start to feel your energy moving more freely through you. And then the next time you exhale, hold here. You can even move the blocks off to the side if you don't need them anymore. Reach your heart towards your right big toe as the hips are actively reaching back. Feel the traction in the spine. Feel the bandhas activated, Mula and Uddiyana. You can even tuck the chin here a little bit and create Jalandhara Bandha, where all of that energy rises up into the throat top and shoots out the back of your skull. Stay for one more big inhale. And on the exhale, bring it back down. You can use your blocks if you'd like. Left hand stays inside right foot, so it comes to a block or the earth. And we'll set up for a twist. Inhale, right arm reaches up. Left hand is nice and strong. Left fingers are dialing out towards the left pinky. When you're ready, roll the heart up towards the sky. Legs are strong. Hug your inner thighs in towards each other. Stay for one more big inhale. And on the exhalation, bring it down. Frame your foot with your hands. Step your right foot back. Lower down onto your belly. Inhale, cobra. Peel your heart up off the mat. Exhale, downward facing dog, and breathe. Find Ujjayi breath if it's faded. See if you can bring your awareness to your upper inner thighs with your feet gorilla glued down. Roll the upper inner thighs back towards the wall behind you. Reach the tops of your ears down towards your thumbs, and when you're ready, inhale the left leg up and hold. Keep breathing, but hold the left leg up. Dial the left toes down towards the earth. Each side's going to feel a little different, so maybe this leg can't lift as high. Keep reaching the left heel back behind you. Nice strong right leg. Stay for one more big inhale. And on the exhalation, left foot forward and gather blocks on either side of left foot. Right ball of foot's powerfully pressing down. Muscular energy starts to hug into the bone. And the organic energy starts to radiate out on the exhalation. So feel that stiram sukham, that steadiness, that strong steadiness on the inhalation and the soft ease on the exhalation. And then whenever you're ready, press the feet down, hug the feet in towards each other, feel that bump of energy, and maybe arms come out to the side. Every time you feel a little bit wobbly, start to hug into the midline, left to right, front to back, ground up. Stay for one more big breath in. And on the exhalation, bring your hands down and rock back for a hamstring stretch. Right heel plants, left toes lift. Both hips are reaching back equally as you reach your heart towards your left big toe. And then you can turn this into a pulsation here. Inhale back off. Exhale, go deeper. Inhale back off. Exhale, fold deeper. And a few more on your own. You can hold it static, but sometimes the muscles need a little coaxing because when we go too deep into a posture too soon, the muscles tense up thinking that we're in danger. And one of the ways that we can go deeper into postures is by slowly pulsating in and out. All right, next time you bow over your strong left leg, you can bring your hands to the earth. If that's not available for you, keep your hands right on the blocks. Both hips are reaching back, nice strong legs. Feel the energy move up from the earth, up your legs into the pelvic floor, into the belly button, up through the back of your skull. Stay for one more inhale. On the exhalation, hands come back to the earth. Right hand on a block or the earth if you don't need it. Set your foundation, hug your feet isometrically in towards each other, and when you're ready, roll the heart towards the side. Left arm reaches up. Now, rather than having this right leg scoop underneath you, see if you can keep that right leg nice and strong. The outer left hip is rolling down as the heart's rolling up. So you're keeping a steady pelvis here as the heart is rolling towards the sidewall. One more inhale. You can smile here to help that energy move up to Sushumna Nadi. And on the exhalation, bring it down. Plant your hands on either side of your foot. Step your left foot back, find plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra or up dog if you're ready for it. Exhale, downward facing dog. And breathe. So you'll notice that we start to build heat without doing very much. So if you're starting to feel energy moving and you feel some heat building and you want to take a lion's breath, take a big juicy inhale through your nose, open up your mouth, stick out your tongue and let a roar go. And if you're at home by yourself, let that roar be as loud as you want to without scaring the rest of your family. And then at the bottom of your next exhale, step to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift with a flat back. Exhale, fold and breathe. And we'll hang out here for a few rounds of breath. You can let the head hang. You can grab opposite elbows. And then just a little bit of awareness here. Are you tucking your tailbone right now? And if you are tucking your tailbone, bring your blocks underneath your hands and come out of the fold just a little bit. And then reach your upper inner thighs back behind you. Notice how that untucks your tailbone. Keep that motion, that energetic motion going of the upper inner thighs reaching back behind you as you fold a little deeper. So we have these tendencies, and the body keeps the score. If you've read that book, it's quite profound. And this physical body, this Annamaya Kosha, retains a lot of the habits that we have gotten ourselves into, whether it's taught or it's just something that we've picked up over time, because at one time it was our path of least resistance. But our body changes every day. Our cells are reborn and they die off and grow back every minute, every second of the day. And some of those patterns that we've been holding on to, they no longer serve us. So see if we can start to rewrite that a little bit. Inhale, halfway lift, reach the booty back behind you, upper inner thighs roll back. Exhale, fold just a little deeper. And then hug your shins in towards each other. Inhale, root to rise, come all the way up to stand. Arms reach overhead, palms touch. Exhale, home to the heart. And then just take a few rounds of breath here. Bring your hands in prayer. Reach your heart towards your thumbs. Gently bow your head down towards your hands without dumping your head down. See if you can keep your shins hugging in, tailbone anchors down without tucking it. Tone the low belly and feel the energy rise up through your spine. Keep the breath sweet and slow and steady. And on your next inhalation, inhale, arms up, reach up. Exhale, dive over your strong legs and fingertips touch the earth or blocks. Inhale, halfway lift with a flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step or shoot it back to plank. Lower down to your belly or chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog, and breathe. Again, find Ujjayi. Keep it alive as much as you possibly can. Keep the tops of your ears reaching towards your thumbs as you actively reach the top of your upper thighs. The upper inner thighs back behind you, or the top of the thigh bones back behind you. Just feel that traction in your spine. Inhale, right leg up, reach it up. Exhale, step it through, right foot forward, strong back leg, and breathe yourself up to high crescent. And you know you can always plant that back heel and come into warrior one, Virabhadrasana one, if you're too unstable. So part of this practice is learning how to listen to our body, listen to our Annamaya Kosha, more than we listen to the teacher's voice, right? So we want to make sure we're safe and that we're listening to our own body and move in ways that serve and uplift us. All right, you can stay here or interlace your hands behind your sacrum. Keep the elbows bent and the fists gently pressing against your lower back. Wrap shoulder blades around back of heart, and if and when you're ready, take a big inhale and reach your fists down towards your left heel. Stay here or puff your heart up towards the sky for one more big breath in. And on the exhalation, plant your hands, step back to plank. You can take your flow, or you can go straight to downward facing dog. Most important thing is to breathe. Keep the prana moving through you. And when you're ready, inhale, left leg up, reach it up. Exhale, step it through. Left foot forward, strong back leg. Breathe yourself on up to high crescent. Muscles hugging into the bone. Tailbone is reaching towards that right heel. Low belly's tone, left knee over left ankle. You can stay right here, or you can interlace your hands the non-dominant way, where you move your fingers over one. Keep the elbows bent, hug the elbows in towards each other. Tone low belly, take a big inhale, and on the exhalation, fists reach down towards that back heel. Keep hugging into the midline, keep the low belly toned, and then if and when you're ready, puff the heart up towards the sky. Stay for the inhale, and on the exhalation, plant your hands, step back, take your flow, or go straight to downward facing dog. And breathe. Inhale, right leg up, reach it up. Exhale, right foot forward, both hands inside right foot. Take a quarter turn and come into hip sways. Rock side to side. You can have blocks underneath your hands. One thing I would like you to be aware of is, are you coming into a forward fold here, or is your back folding? And I'll turn to the side to demonstrate. Are you in a forward fold? Or are you tucking the tailbone and rounding the back, coming into hip sways this way? If this is what you're doing right now, take a moment and stop. Bring yourself to stillness. Take your hands on your upper thighs and roll them back behind you. Even maybe bring your hands through your legs and do that a few times. You don't want to tweak your knees here. You just want to start to rewrite the way that you hold yourself, because you don't want to tuck your tailbone. You want to reach your sits bones back behind you. And maybe that means you can only come here or here. And then if you can, reach for the outsides of your feet. I'll come back this way. And start to reach your heart down towards the earth. Maybe let the head go. See if you can keep the shoulder blades reaching for each other. And then when you're ready, hands on hips, and breathe yourself up to star pose. Bring your arms out to a T. Take a block and place it outside your right foot. Now the right toes point towards the front of the mat. Both legs are straight. Arms out to a T. Look over your right fingertips. Press your feet down. Hug your feet in towards each other. Keep your arms reaching away from you. Inhale, breathe the ribs up off the hips. And on the exhalation, hinge and reach. Hinge and reach. Hinge and reach. When you can't reach anymore, right fingertips come to the block. You can stack your blocks up higher if you need more. And then slowly start to roll the heart open. Let the heart lead the way. Oftentimes we want to crank the neck up all the way to the ceiling when our heart is only going towards the sidewall. And then roll the hips, roll the heart. Left arm reaches up. Stay for one more big breath in. And on the exhalation, bring it down. Step back to plank. Take your flow, or go straight to downward facing dog. And breathe. Inhale, left leg up, reach it up. Exhale, left foot forward, both hands inside left foot, and take a quarter turn to face the sidewalk. And come into hip sways again. You can have a block handy because you know where we're going. This time you can come into full skandasana, where you bend really deep into one knee and lift the opposite foot off. Keep the heel, but lift the toes off the mat. And then rock to the other side and lift the toes, but keep the heel on the earth. Maybe you can do that no handsies. Or you simply rock side to side. We're opening the inner thighs here. You might feel that stretch on the inner thighs. And then when you're ready, bring yourself to center. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, reach your hands behind you, make a fist. Reach the fist behind you and then let the arms waterfall overhead. If that's not available for you, keep your hands on the earth. Walk your fingertips underneath you to reach for the wall behind you. Whatever feels good. And breathe. If you want to create a little more space here for a deeper forward fold, create the bandhas, create the mula bandha, where you pull the energy into pelvic floor. Create Uddiyana Bandha, where the belly button pulls in and scoops up into the diaphragm. And then let all of that energy come up through your spine and out through the crown of the head. One more inhale. And on the exhalation, bring your hands back to the earth. Hug your shins in, create that nice strong surge of energy as you breathe yourself up to star pose. Left toes point towards the front of the room. Both legs are straight. Hug your feet in towards each other like you're going to create that wrinkle in the mat. Take a big inhale, breathe the ribs up off the hips, and on the exhalation, hinge and reach. So the hips are reaching back, left fingertips are reaching forward. And then the left hand comes to a block or the shin, and then roll the heart towards the side wall. See if you can press the left fingertips down, drink the energy up through the left arm, feel it move through the heart, shoot it out the right fingertips, roll the heart just a little bit more, smile and stay for the inhale. And on the exhalation, bring the hands back to the earth, step back, take your flow, or go straight to downward facing dog, and breathe. Powerfully press your fingers down into the earth. Create that spiral action of the upper arms as the finger pads dial towards your pinkies. Keep the hips actively reaching back behind you. Stay for one more big breath in. And on the exhalation, step to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift with a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Come all the way up to stand, palms touch. Exhale, home to the heart. All right, bring your feet a little closer together if they're not. For Utkatasana, inhale, arms up, hips back. The weight's a little more in the heels than it is in the toes. The hips are actively reaching back. Sits bones are actively reaching for the back corners of your mat. Low belly is toned and scooping up. Stay for the inhale. And on the exhalation, dive over your legs and touch the earth. Inhale, halfway lift with the flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step or shoot it back. Take your flow. And breathe. If the mind is really chatty right now, see if you can flood it with breath. I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out. I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out. And then when you're ready, inhale, right leg up, reach it up. Exhale, right foot forward, root the back heel, and breathe yourself up to Warrior One, Virabhadrasana 1. Left pinky toe is snuggled down into the mat. Back leg is nice and strong. Internally rotating. The upper left thigh bone is inner spiral. Right knee over right ankle. Right upper inner thigh is rolling up and out. Outer spiral of the upper right thigh bone. Low belly is toned. Stay for the inhale, and on the exhalation, open it up to Warrior Two. Right knee over right ankle, strong back leg, and that back foot now pivots to be parallel to the short edge of your mat. Find your drishti over your right middle finger. Flip your right palm. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Sit deeper into your right knee as your right arm comes up overhead. Exhale, side angle. Right forearm gently brushes your right thigh as left arm reaches overhead. Inhale, reverse. Sit deeper into right knee. Exhale, side angle. And 2 more like that. On your own, find Ujjayi. Keep it alive. And then the next time you come into side angle, pause here and breathe. Keep that upper right inner thigh spiraling out. Pull your feet isometrically in towards each other. Maybe you feel so strong that right arm comes alongside right ear for 1 more big breath in. And on the exhalation, bring it down. Take your flow or go straight to downward facing dog. And then breathe all of that away. Inhale, left leg up, reach it up. Exhale, left foot forward, root the right back heel. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 1. Now the right pinky toe is snuggling down towards the mat. You don't want that to pop off. You want nice, strong foundation in that back leg. Left knee over left ankle and sit deep into left knee. You can even use your hands to rotate that upper thigh bone out to the side. Stay for the inhale, and on the exhalation, warrior 2. Pivot the back foot, sit deep into left knee. Find your drishti over your left fingertips. Now hug your feet in towards each other, because as we're pressing down, we want to hug in to keep that energy moving up. Flip your left palm. Inhale, reverse. Sit deeper into left knee as left arm reaches overhead. Exhale, side angle. Try not to dump all of your weight into that left thigh. Right arm reaches overhead. Feel the energy in right side body. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. 2 more. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. And then the next time you come into side angle, pause and breathe. Muscular energy hugs in. Hug it in. Find your stability here. Maybe you feel so strong, left arm comes alongside left ear. Keep the muscles hugging in with the legs. Roll the heart up for an inhale. And on the exhalation, bring it down, step it back. Take your flow. And breathe. Upper inner thighs reaching back behind you. Tops of ears reaching for your thumbs. Low belly's toned. Push the earth away from you. And then when you're ready, step to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift with a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Arms up, hips back, smile. Sits bones are reaching towards the back corners of your mat. Arms are alongside your ears. Tailbone is anchoring down into the earth. Inhale, come on up. And then shake that off. Tree pose. If you want to step off your mat and come over to the wall, you're welcome to do so. I'll mirror you. Shift the weight to your right foot. Hug the muscle to bone in that right leg. Drink the energy up like you're pulling compression tights up your left leg, your right leg. I'm mirroring you. Hands on hips. And then left knee comes to left hand. And you can stay here or bring the foot to meet anywhere but the knee. And immediately start to hug in. Oftentimes we just like push the hip out to the side. Hug in. Find Mula Bandha. Find Uddiyana Bandha. Feel that energy rise up. Back of the skull reaches up as the chin slightly tucks. So the energy is reaching out the back of the skull. The back of the head is gently pressing into an imaginary headrest. Smile, because we don't want to take this all too seriously. And then reach your arms up overhead. And breathe. Feel your physical body. Feel the muscles. Feel the blood pumping through you. And then feel the energy body. Feel it coursing through you. Feel where it may be stuck. And then notice your mind. Is it right here on your mat with you? Take one more big inhale. And on the exhalation, release it. Let it go and shake it off. Now, this is usually when the mind gets all self-critical. And if that tree didn't look the way that you wanted it to look or feel the way you wanted it to feel, the mind can start to be critical. So see if you can bring in the breath right now, that prana maya kosha, to soothe the tangled mind right now. And just notice how they all work together. They're all connected. And then when you're ready, shift the weight to the left leg. Hug in, pull up, hands on hips. And then maybe right knee comes to right hand. Each side's different, so be aware of that. If and when you're ready, the sole of the foot comes to meet anywhere but the knee. So it could be the ankle, the shin. Avoid the knee. Hug in, drink the energy up. And if and when you're ready, grow some branches. Keep hugging in. Front, back, left, right. If you want a little more of a challenge, if this isn't so challenging for you, you can try closing your eyes or looking up towards the sky. Woo! Stay for one more inhale. And on the exhalation, release and shake it off. All right. Come back to the top of your mat. Bring your hands in prayer. Inhale, arms up, reach up. Feel that energy flood through you. Exhale, dive over your strong legs. Feel your strong legs as you touch the earth. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step it back, take your flow. Right side pigeon. Inhale, right leg up, reach it up. Exhale, right shin forward, right knee as wide as your mat. I'm not mirroring you this time. Tuck your left toes and pump your left leg back. Crawl it back until the top of your left thigh snuggles down into the mat. If you need a block on either side because you're dumping to one side or the other, go ahead and invite a block underneath you. And before we come down to the earth, we're going to take a thigh stretch. So bend your left knee. With your right hand on the earth or the block, reach back with your left hand for your left foot. You can use a strap if your arms aren't long enough. And you can turn this into a quad stretch where you start to bring that left heel towards your bum. Or you can turn this into royal pigeon, or at least start to reach your arm up and back, however it feels good to you. Some call it king pigeon, some call it royal pigeon. Just see if you can start to open up in maybe a new way before you just relax down into pigeon. And as always, if this isn't working for you, you can roll onto your back and find soup to pigeon. And those instructions are in other videos. And then when you're ready, you can release your foot and bring your forearms down. If you don't need the block anymore, you can let it go. Bring your forearms down to the earth. Flex your right foot like you're pressing your right foot up against the side wall. And then ask your right sit bone to scoop towards the back of your right knee. Just a little bit. Just scoop, reach, widen, activate rather than going to sleep. And then bring your forearms down. You can bring your forehead down and breathe. Now, we hold unresolved issues in our tissues, and for many of us, that's our hips. And I may be repeating myself, but there have been countless times I've been in pigeon, and just for some unknown reason, I start crying. And rather than analyze it, why is this happening? Sometimes just letting that release happen, because each layer of our being is wanting to be in alignment with the other layers. And sometimes those stored memories or emotions can block that from happening. So, a big part of this practice is learning how to feel in the body again. Because many of us have become very good at numbing the body, numbing the emotions, and sometimes even numbing the mind. So allow yourself to feel for 2 more long, slow breaths. And if you ever need to come out of a posture sooner, please do. And if you're having one of those super yummy moments and you want to stay right here, please do. You can hit pause since it's a home practice. And then when you're ready, bring your hands back to the earth, tuck your back toes, and find downward facing dog. And pedal out the legs, maybe shake out the legs if you need to. And without my words rushing you, inhale the left leg up, reach it up. Exhale, left shin forward. Left knee as wide as your mat. Again, I'm not mirroring you. Tuck your right toes, crawl your right leg back. And again, you can always roll onto your back for soup to pigeon, or even come up to the wall for wall pigeon when you lay on your back and have your feet on the wall and your left ankle on top of your right thigh, and you slide your legs down the wall. You can place a block underneath you for a thigh stretch. Doesn't want to get there. Bend your right knee with your left hand on the earth or another block. Reach your right hand back behind you and breathe here. So you can just turn this into a quad stretch where you're trying to reach that right heel towards your right bum, or you can slowly move into royal pigeon, or just get there as best you can today. Maybe the left arm reaches up, and maybe eventually you can hook that right foot around your elbow crease and then your hands touch, or you can use a strap. But there's no need to try to force yourself into a posture that's not meant for you today. So breathe wherever you are. And then when you're ready, release your right foot. Scooch the block out from underneath you if you no longer need it. Settle back down. Left sits bone scoops towards the back of your left knee or forward or whatever, wherever it feels like it can go today. Sometimes it doesn't do anything because our hamstrings and our sits bones are sleepy. So maybe even just opening the line of communication and then settle down onto your forearms. Maybe you come all the way down and then just take a few moments here in Kapotasana, pigeon pose. Find Ujjayi breath. Let that whisper sound of the wind blowing through the trees soothe you and take you deeper into this hip opener. And perhaps you feel the layers of your being starting to come into an alignment. And really, this practice is bringing us closer towards optimal alignment every time we come to the mat. And once we find that, the Vijnayamaya Kosha, the wisdom body, can start to find a way to radiate out through the other three layers, the physical body, the energy body, and the mental body. And that's when we start to live a more heartfelt life. When the static of the outer three layers is no longer creating a great resistance, that inner wisdom can start to be our pilot and move us through life. All right, whenever you're ready, just roll to the side and swing your right leg around and find a comfortable seat. Maybe thump out your legs a little bit. And we'll take a seated twist before we roll onto the back. So I'll mirror you this time. Bend your left knee, and you can either come onto your sits bones and bring that left heel as close to your sits bones as you can, or you can cross your left foot over your right with your right foot flexed. Take your right hand and hug your left knee. Inhale your left arm up, and on the exhalation, bring your left hand behind you and roll your heart towards the side wall. Keep your sits bones anchored down. Keep the ribs up off the hips, and then barrel roll the heart towards the side wall. Again, let the heart lead the way. Don't let the head get ahead of it. Take 3 more long, slow breaths here. If you feel like you can roll the heart towards the side wall just a little bit more, go ahead and do that. Notice if you hug the low belly in and scoop it up into the diaphragm, you create a millimeter or 2 of space to roll the heart just a little bit more. Take a big breath in, and on the exhalation, release it. Bring your legs out in front of you and thump, 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 thump. And then bend your right knee and hug your right knee in towards your chest as your right foot's on the earth. Both sits bones flat. If you need a blanket underneath your bum because your hips aren't allowing you to do this, then invite a blanket underneath of you. You can stay here or cross your foot over. Take your left hand and hug your right knee. Inhale, right arm up. Get long as that sit bone anchors down. And on the exhalation, bring the right hand behind you as a kickstand as you roll the heart, twist the heart towards the side wall. And breathe. Both sits bones are anchored down. The ribs are breathing up away from the hips as the hips are anchoring down. And then the heart is rolling towards the side wall. Breathe. Stay for the inhale, and on the exhalation, release it. And then come onto your back, bring your blocks with you. Roll onto your back, hug your knees into your chest, and rock side to side. And we'll do 90, 60, 30 as our core work today. So the next time you roll to the left, you can tuck your right hand underneath you, right palm face down, roll the sacrum onto the back of the right hand, and then do the same thing with the left. Or you can just bring your hands alongside body and then bring your legs up 90. Reach your sits bones towards the wall in front of you. So you don't want to tuck the tailbone and reach the tailbone up towards the sky. You want to reach your sits bones towards the wall in front of you, that way. Just to keep the low back long here. Look up towards the sky, maybe tuck the chin a little bit, wrap shoulder blades around back of the heart just a tiny bit. Pull the low belly into the front of the spine. Inhale. On the exhalation, 60, 30, hover, slowly bring it back up. Use the core to do that. Don't just fling the legs back up. Inhale, exhale, 60. Keep the Mula Bandha active. Keep Uddiyana Bandha active. And then slowly bring the legs back up. So our core is firmly engaged here. Low belly's toned, Mula Bandha's active. All of that is pulling up into the heart. Slowly lower the legs down to 60. Hover. Core is engaged. Bring the legs down to 30. Hover. And then slowly bring the legs back up. And then a few more on your own. Keep the core toned and scooping up all the way up the spine. And then one more. Oh, my belly's talking. You hear it? It's like, whoa, I'm hungry now. And then hug your knees into your chest and rock side to side. Right. And then you can take your blocks and you can have one or two next to you. Bring your feet flat to the earth, knees point skyward. Lift your hips. Scoop your sits bones towards the front of the room. Feel the low belly tone. And then you can scooch a block or two underneath your sacrum and lower the sacrum back down. Now we can just start right here and you can enjoy bridge. You can extend the legs out in front of you for a psoas stretch. If this feels good, you can bring the arms overhead and just let the whole front body open up. If you want to play with shoulder stand or wheel, please be cautious and be careful. I'll demonstrate shoulder stand. So you first want to wrap shoulder blades around the back of the heart. Bend your knees and bring your knees up, your legs up, and have your hands behind you. And put your hands in your back pocket or way and start to crawl up your back, up your back. Bring your elbows in towards each other and keep crawling your hands up your back towards your shoulder blades. Point your toes. Core is active. Mula Bandha is active. Uddiyana Bandha is active. Tuck your chin, but keep the back of your head on the mat, not your neck. You don't want your neck smashed down here. You can stay here or come into plow, halasana, where your toes touch the earth behind you. Tuck your toes, straighten your legs. Maybe you find deaf man's pose, where you bring your knees outside your ears. Wherever you are, breathe. If your sacrum is on the block, you can just bring your legs up in the air. And if you did a shoulder stand or plow, you can come into fish pose, where you bring your hands back underneath you. Legs are out in front of you. And then you start to, with your hands, push the earth forward towards the wall in front of you as you come onto forearms and the top of your head. So you're sliding your sacrum across right now, the backs of your hands and maybe even your wrists as the top of your head is on the earth, and you're just opening the heart here. Elbows press down, forearms press down, shoulder blades wrap around back of heart as the heart puffs up towards the sky. And the next time you inhale, bring the back of your head on the earth, release your hands and rock your knees from side to side. If your legs are up in the air, you can bring them back to the earth. Just some options. And then we'll take a seated or supine Gomukhasana. So cross your right leg over your left leg and reach for the outsides of your feet. So bend your knees towards you and reach for the outsides of your feet. If this isn't available, you can take a strap to help you, or you can just cross your legs and not reach for your feet if your hips are super tight. And then if you want to go a little deeper, as you hold on to your feet, start to move your knees away from you just a little bit. And then maybe you can rock side to side. If this is way too pretzely for you, you can just hug your knees into your chest. And then when you're ready, we'll switch sides. So untangle your legs, cross your left leg over your right leg, reach for the outsides of your feet. You can even flex your feet. And then you can rock side to side. You might feel the IT band open here a little bit. And again, take any variation that works for your body today. If you want to go a little deeper, the knees start to move away from you as you pull the feet in towards you. Never any pinching or pain. So if you feel a pinch or pain, come out of it. That's like the most important thing. You want to stay safe in these postures. Yoga should never hurt in that way. You know, it's a workout to some degree, right? But we don't want it to we don't want to hurt ourselves. And whenever you're ready, untangle your legs, take a happy baby, reach for the outsides of your feet, and rock side to side. And then whenever you're ready, find Shavasana. Come to lie flat on the earth, arms out to the side. You can dim the lights if you want to get up and dim your lights. If you have a washcloth, you can place a washcloth over your eyes to block out the light. And then start to relax your feet and relax your knees, relax your hips, and relax your chest. There's no need to control breathing anymore. Just let Mother Earth breathe you. Relax your shoulders. Relax your jaw and your tongue and your face. Feel your whole Anamaya Kosha, your whole physical body start to relax. Feel your energy body start to relax, slow down. Feel your Manomaya Kosha, your mental body start to become a little more still. Feel the inner wisdom, that Vijnanamaya Kosha, start to shine through your pores. And then feel your Anandamaya Kosha, that bliss body. Feel that envelop you completely as a person and take you deeper into Shavasana. Enjoy your rest, and I'll let you know when it's time to come out. And without moving a muscle, see if you can feel that bliss body, that unconditional love start to rise to the surface. And when you feel that, allow the inner wisdom to join in. And then wiggle your fingers and toes. Feel all of the yumminess coursing through you right now. And then reach your arms overhead and give yourself a good morning stretch. Feel the energy expand. And then hug your knees into your chest and rock side to side. Give yourself a nice hug. And then gently roll to one side and pause there. Use your upper arm as a little pillow. And we're not in any hurry, so if you want to stay right here, you can stay where you are. If you're within reach of your computer, you can hit pause and just enjoy where you are. There's no need to rush out of this. And the real yoga starts as soon as we leave our mat and return to our families and our communities, our neighbors, our friends, our circle of friends. We take with us some of that peace and stillness that we may have found during Shavasana and our practice. And we meet those that we encounter with more kindness, more patience, and more understanding, knowing that we're all here doing the best we can with what we have. And when it feels right for you, breathe yourself back up to a comfortable seat. So whatever that looks like for you. And sit nice and tall. Bring your hands in prayer. Gently bow your head into your heart space. Thank you for sharing your time with me today and over the past 4 other days. And before we speak, allow our words to pass through 3 gates with quiet discernment. Is it true? Is it kind? And is it necessary? And the divine light in me bows to and honors the divine light in you. Namaste. Congratulations, you have finished day 5 of our 5-day yoga challenge. You can return to these videos as much as you'd like, or I'd hope to see you in the studio soon. Until next time, namaste.